All right, I think I'm going. This is a 2017 JINPO Lao Shu from Yunnan Craft. This is my first time purchasing from this supplier. The website said that this Sheng was the smokiest that they've had, and personally, the dry leaf is smoky, but like not super smoky. So excited to try that. This is the cold brew. Very much a brassy color, sort of greenish maybe, but definitely a full leaf tea, no doubt. These are not the tiny first buzz of the season at all. So let's do a little bit of this. The cool thing about Yunnan Craft is that they have some really cool teaware. Personally for me, the tea is just like a little added bonus, but I'm really happy that it was there because it gave me an opportunity to try out some other Dahongs. And so pretty clean brew, a bit of activity, which is always welcomed, and definitely a more, to me, is more of a green tint than it is brown. Definitely smokiness on the cold brew. Definitely, I'm getting a very green spinach note off of this. So 2017, I think it's right on the cusp of what you can call an aged Puerh. So it definitely has that raw green Puerh flavor, no doubt. Alright, and cake is pretty easy to break up. I'm going to break it up just a bit to help break this down. But I do also like to have a nice size nugget in there. I think it really makes a difference when you're going through infusions. Just going to do a really quick rinse. So I actually did get this from the cold brew, but it's more evident in the smell of the wet leaf. It's not green spinach. It's definitely like turnip greens, mustard greens, that sort of thing. There's no question that you're drinking a vegetable. The website did mention something about a sweetness. So far, I'm not getting that at all. I imagine that that may happen with some of the later infusions. So I'm going to do this first one pretty quick, near boiling water, just to see what happens here. So maybe about 5-6 seconds, a few more for the pour. And right away you can see the color change on that hot brew. Again, not a lot of material, but a lot of activity, a lot of fuzzies off the leaf. And the cake is thoroughly inundated with water. Yeah, very green. Definitely having my vegetables today, no doubt. Alright. And a little bit of material at the bottom there. But like I said, a lot of activity just floating. Not completely opaque, but not completely see-through either. Okay. Again, very green. And I'll tell you, I've had such great experiences with these Hongs that I'm confident I'm going to enjoy this tea. It is a bit weak. It's really not surprising. You know, you have to really kind of play around with this stuff sometimes. Being that it's a 2017, I'm a little worried about overbrewing, but I think I'm gonna go back with boiling water and let this steep for maybe 30 seconds or so, and see what happens. And I can imagine someone from Yunnan Craft right now is watching this going, no! But I want to give it a shot. Alright. Put that off. I'm going to put a timer on this. This really does look like green spinach in a glass. Alright, let's see here. And I'm so worried about overbrewing this, I'm not even going to agitate the water. I'm just gonna let it sit. You know, like I say, that first infusion was a little weak, but my goodness, I can tell this thing still packs a bit of a punch. Alright, so we're rounding 30 seconds now. And we're there. Alright, so let's pour this off. And I'm noticing definitely a color change. There's a big difference. It is much darker now. And so, I mean, look how green that is. My goodness. And I mean, big, pretty green leaves. So the website also mentions that this tea is grown mostly for the Cantonese market. And so I guess the Cantonese market is more into like smoky flavors. I don't know anything about that. But I mean, from my experiences, it isn't any more smoky than any other aged Puerh I've had. You can see the color difference. And this one is opaque for sure. I mean, it is thick. Lots of activity. Again, not a lot of material. I think that says a lot about the quality of these leaves. So just a beautiful brew. Sort of an orange color in the light. Very brassy. And yeah, again, there's no bitterness. There is a very much a green grass note to this. There is no doubt that what you are drinking is a green leaf brew. This is a vegetable, no question about it. Again, you know, sometimes there's like a fresh green grass sweetness, and I'm not even getting that from this. Again, you know, maybe in later infusions we'll find that, but right now this is just a pure vegetable broth. Again, being that it's 2017, which is right on the cusp, it isn't like really hard-hitting gasoline fuel type of Puerh. It is fairly mellow, you know, fairly mellow. Not completely super mellow, but fairly mellow. Again, no bitterness, even at super hot temperatures. 30-second steep time. Leaves completely open. It's still a decent and a decent easy brew. Yeah, I don't want to say easy drink, easy drinker. I don't want to go that far. But it's there, you know what I mean, compared to some other Puerhs. And I like it. You know, this is definitely something that I can imagine drinking typically at night, kind of at home, doing something, and just, you know, enjoying it. It's sort of almost pipe tobacco, but not the sweetness that you get from pipe tobacco. You know, just that kind of strong, earthy something. Not bad. And there's just a tiny bit of bitterness that's hitting the undersides of my tongue, which I'm enjoying. I'm gonna taste a little bit more of this cold brew. Just see if I'm able to get anything. No, and of course, mixing those flavors of the hot brew and the cold brew, it just doesn't work. I'm not getting really anything out of this. So far, it seems a very one-sided tea. I'm gonna see what happens just for fun by lowering the temperature and steeping this just to see what we get, if anything different. I don't have my thermometer with me, so I'm really just gonna kind of eyeball this. I can't imagine that I got this anywhere near 130 Fahrenheit. But it's definitely, it's at least 100. So we're gonna try this first one out, and we're gonna go a minute on this, just because I know that water temperature is just not hot at all, and I want to give these leaves enough time to give me what they're gonna give me. It gives me some time to admire the leaves in this brew as well. There's definitely some lighter colored material in here, but the majority is just, like I said, this very vegetal green leaf, big leaves. And it's sort of smoky on the aroma too. Alright, so that is a full minute, and I'm really concerned that it's not enough, but let's just see what we get here. And a lot of the reason why I say that is because I'm really not getting much out of the cold brew versus the hot brew. It's a very good quality, you know, decent tea, but like I said, it's just for me, I like to have kind of the best of both worlds, right? You know, no tea is gonna be perfect, but you know, it's nice to have something where you're like, okay, well, this is kind of sweet. I can get some kind of sweetness out of it, but then I can also hit it like really hard and get that kind of punch in the face as well. And this one so far just seems kind of like a one-dimensional, only this type of thing. And again, lots of activity here, very opaque. Trying to tease out something. At cooler temperatures, it takes away some of the bite, but it's still, like the website, very smoky, you know, aged Puerh, and it's still that very green, very vegetal flavor. Very much, not so much a vegetable broth, but you know, it's like I said, it's just as if you were boiling some mustard greens or turnip greens. Very much that. Definitely makes me feel healthy because, like I said, I know for sure I'm definitely getting my greens in today. There is no doubt about that. You can kind of see those big green leaves there. There is no doubt that this is a green tea. Yeah, if I can say anything, I would say it's very earthy compared to some of the Sheng Puers I've had. This one is very earthy. It has that character to it, you know. Especially with lower temperatures, that really comes through. It's not a minerality. It really is like soil, you know, like earth. It's not bad. Like I said, I'm gonna really enjoy going through this hot brew. The cold brew, I'm a bit disappointed, honestly, because you know I like to taste something different, and especially with a cold brew, I do want to have some kind of sweetness. You know, when it's a hot day and you want something cool to drink, you want it to be refreshing and sort of sweet. And this one seems a bit drying. Again, very much a vegetable green tea, and so I'm definitely going to drink it. I'm really curious to see what happens with the second infusion of this, because typically what will happen is either it's going to become just much lighter, or possibly I'll be able to tease out some other flavor from this cold brew. So excited about that, but definitely going to enjoy this hot brew. From me to you.